Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to film a new makeup video. I've had a few things influenced to me from TikTok and just some other bits that I've seen. It was the Black Friday sales a few weeks ago, so I didn't get that much actually, but I definitely was persuaded by all of the sales that went on. So yes, I'm just gonna kind of go through, do a full face makeup using all new stuff. I will link everything below and do my little tags with prices. And yeah, just give you an honest review of what I think of some of these products. Okay, so let me just zoom you in a tiny bit. Okay, first of all, just gonna take a drink. I'm a fizzy water stan. One of my friends says it tastes like static TV, and it does. I love it. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna prime. I've got a few like time of the month breakouts. So I am going to try and keep my skin super hydrated. I've done my skincare SPF, even though it's winter. I got this new primer from Beauty Pie. I have a subscription to Beauty Pie. It's kind of, you pay monthly and it gives you access to like cheaper things. I really like their skincare. Their makeup, I would say, is a bit hit and miss. But this is like a little pump. Oh, it's actually like coloured and very runny, as you can see. So I'm just gonna pop this all over and take my favourite foundation brush and just buff this in. Okay, it's giving me actually a tiny bit of coverage. Just gonna do another pump. Okay, this is nice. I wouldn't say it's super glowy. Would I reach for it over the Charlotte Tilbury one or the e.l.f. one? Probably not. I mean, it's quite hydrating. My skin doesn't feel unprimed, but it's just not as glowy as I thought. I guess it has evened out my skin tone a tiny bit. This is very annoying. It's very red. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So next, I'm sure you've seen this all over TikTok. It's the Holly Boone Luminous Soft Focus Airbrush Foundation. I have her powder and it's one of my favourite powders. The concealer was a bit too full coverage for me. People love it. I don't know whether I didn't get the right colour, but that consistency for me wasn't the one. But I have high hopes for this. I like how it's at the top just pops up and pops down. I watched Holly's video on it. She said she did this because she always loses the top of her foundations. I don't lose the tops of my foundations, but it is a very clever, and it's nice to see smaller brands, not smaller brands, but not giant brands, because H&B is getting big, doing like revolutionary packaging. I think it just shows that they care, shows that they want to innovate, which is okay. So I have the colour LF1N. I swatched this and I think it's going to be a bit too light, so I have a skin tint. This is the Dream Cover. It's literally just a lightweight, but this is very, as you can see, look, it's very orange, so I might have to mix a tiny bit of the darker one, but we will put a tiny bit on. Oh, look how white that is. Okay, and I have my Cocoa by Cocoa Cosmetics by Chloe sponge. So I'm just going to dot this. Oh yeah, this is very white. Normally I go for the whitest in thing, the most neutral whitest. But I think this is a bit too white. I might even just mix this in from the get-go. Yeah, look. I got this online and this was way too dark. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. The finish is lovely. What I might do is I might do this side with a sponge and the other side with a brush, and then we can kind of look at the difference in coverage. I definitely needed to mix in that darker tone. It's not actually as full coverage as I thought it was going to be, but I don't know if that is because I'm using a sponge. My skin is actually as well quite dry at the moment. It's winter and I have allergies. I have like allergies to like crazy things. And I've had a bit of a flare up the past week. And I actually think I'm getting a bit unwell. Do you know when you've done so much for so long, like the past month has been wild, and then you stop and then your body is like, okay, now you've stopped, I'm gonna allow you to be ill. The finish is lovely. It's just not, yeah, I just expected with all Holly stuff, it's very full coverage. But it does make the skin look really lovely. It's got slight luminosity. Again, I thought it'd be a bit more luminous, but maybe that's because of my dry skin. Right, and then I'm going to take the other side with a brush and just see, we can see how that compares. I probably will in time get the right colour in this foundation. I think she's now sold in Boots actually, so it might be handy that I go in. Oh, I prefer the side with a sponge. Let me just go over this. The brush, for some reason, even though that's my favourite foundation brush, is leaving like weird marks. This is very matte to me. It is pretty, but it's a lot matter than I thought. Let me read the claims online, because I saw on TikTok that it looked quite luminous on people, but I guess it is a soft luminous. So she's put luminous soft focus airbrush foundation, a full coverage luminous finish. Foundation leaves the skin looking completely flawless. The luminosity of the finish reflects the light and leaves the skin looking healthy, radiant. I mean, it does look nice. It's just a lot more matte than I thought. But again, that could be me. It is nice. I'm gonna keep using it. Next we're gonna conceal. I'm gonna conceal my little friend. And I like to spot conceal. This is not new, but it's a necessity for take just this brush from the Morphe X Ariad. It's the A19, so it's the double-sided one. I'm just going to take this end. I'm just going to pat over and then pat in with my finger. Yeah, I came off the implant a few months ago, and so I've started getting back into like my natural cycle. And I'm now starting to get the monthly spots, the monthly everything. Everything's coming back, which is fine. But yeah, it's literally on the dot that it happens. And I'm just going to moisturise my lip product that my friend gave me, Sean. It's called Nipple Balm. It's 100% natural. And it's just the dream. So I'm gonna, it's not actually for your nipples, I think it's just called that. Just a nice lip balm. Okay, right, next I'm gonna, after I've spot concealed, I'm just gonna, I don't have a new concealer either, so I'm just gonna use the Vive Modern Radiance Concealer. I actually find this quite matte as well. Yeah, Okay, so next thing that you would have seen all over TikTok. It took me weeks to get this. It's the Pink Honey Bronzing Face Frosting Milky Mocha. I got the lighter shade because some of them looked very dark. And I have used this once. And I was very impressed by it. I'm just going to take my kabuki brush that I use for all my cream bronzers, and this is the A24. I'm just going to swirl it. You literally don't need a lot of this. So I'm just going to, actually I'm going to dab in a bit of a swirl in, and I'm just going to slowly, very light hand, buff this in. This is a lovely product. It blends in really lovely. And as you can see, it's just given me to my temples. Again, a very light hand, but just gives that dimension back into the face. Yeah, nice. I am actually going to contour my nose today, just a tiny bit, and I've got this really nice brush from just the normal Morphe. I think they brought out like a new, they're very similar to the Ariel. I'm sure everyone liked the Ariel one, so they brought out a black version. But yeah, the tip is just really nice. Yeah, so this is literally what you see on TikTok, where everyone is saying this is amazing. I agree, and I'm very glad I managed to get hold of it. Like when I said it took me weeks of having to check, weeks and weeks, and having to, because on TikTok I always find that sometimes you get shown videos where it's like, oh, it's back in stock, but then they're like old videos and then they're not in stock, so it's very annoying. Right, ELF product, which is the Luminous Putty Blush. It looks very sparkly. I'm a bit worried, but we will give it a go. But I do like glowy blushes. I'm not, some people are like really anti them, but I'm just a bit scared. Okay, it's almost, no, this is nice. For someone that doesn't like blush, or I don't like it to be that too much there, this is a nice tone. And I don't really wear highlight anymore. I used to be a highlight gal, but this is nice because it gives you, yeah, it gives you that luminosity, but without it being like full glitter. This is in the shade, this doesn't have the shade, but it's this kind of like pinky tone. I will find out the shade. Oh, sorry, about to sneeze. I will find out the shade and link below. Okay, so now for bronzer. So I got a sample from Wonder Beauty. I haven't really heard of them before, but I looked on their website and they actually have some really nice stuff. So I am actually gonna order some stuff so we can try it out. But I got sent this little sample. This is of the Trip for Two bronzer, Trip to Costa Rica. It's a very cool tone bronzer, which we know I am a fan of. And maybe people would use as a contour, but I'm going to use it as a bronzer. And I'm just going to go over and set all of that into place. And I'm just using my NARS kabuki brush. I feel like it has a slight shimmer, which actually works quite lovely with the like luminizing blush. Yeah, I think this is nice. Yeah, I think this is really lovely. Down my nose. But yeah, for me it's that kind of perfect bronzer colour. Have to see what else Wonder Beauty do. Like I said, I hadn't really heard of them, but I am pleasantly surprised with that. Even though I feel very matte, I don't know if I even need to set my face, which is not something I often do. But I did have the KOSAS cloud set. I've seen Julia Adams go on about this. And I've wanted it for a while and I treated myself. It looks the dream. Love the packaging. And even though I feel like today I don't need this, I just want to pop a tiny bit of this just in my T-zone. Just taking my normal powder brush from Morphe and Ariel. And I'm just going to run this under my eyes, chin and forehead. But I think that's literally... Oh, it's very blurring. Ooh, I like this. And it feels... I mean, can I feel that I've powdered? I'm unsure because my face does feel very matte. Because I think of the products that I've used today. I think that's really lovely, actually. Okay, so I'm going to give this a go with my, like day to day. I use the L'Oreal True Match. This, I think, would work great with that. But yeah, the packaging, it feels like heavy. Like it feels like there's a lot of powder in here. It feels good. I've got something that we've all seen on TikTok. It's the Honey Glue Original Superhold. And it's the one that has the hole in the middle and then you put your spoolie in. Very excited. I've tried, my brows are so stubborn. Brow freeze, Benefit, they work. But I've got to, I see girls on TikTok just putting these things in their brows and staying straight away. Like, that doesn't happen with me. I am going to squirt some setting powder in there. Okay, I do feel like it's doing something. This is intriguing. Okay, I've got some on here. Let's see. I feel like it is doing something. Okay. Okay. I am pleasantly surprised. Let's see if they stay where they are. I do think the product is, again, innovative. These small brands are just coming up with solutions that we all need. Let me just do my other one and I will pop back to show you. Okay, it has left a slight white residue. But I don't know if that's gonna, when they like fully dry, whether that will. They are very stuck and I feel like maybe going forward using this product I would need to do it before my foundation. But I do like the hold. I just feel like I almost need to just, yeah, like they're leaving like glue round my brows. So I would next time do this before foundation, but I'm impressed with this. So far my two things from Pink Honey have been wins. I am just going to fill in my brows with my REFY pencil. This is not new. Okay, my brows are looking good. I also have from KOSAS this Airbrush in soft brown. Again, packaging 10 out of 10. I like how it's very simple, but there's a lot of like texture to it. But I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to, my brows are so stuck down. Yeah, I can't really test this out. So I'm going to test this out in another video when my brows are a bit less like stuck down. But I'm happy with brows. They're very fluffy and laminated. But we love strong brows. Okie dokie. I'm just going to spray my face a bit. I was going to use this setting spray, but because my face feels very matte, I'm going to grab my Max Fix Plus, which adds like moisture back into my skin. I feel like my skin needs it a tiny bit. So I have the lavender one. I love the smell of lavender. today I'm just going to do quite a simple eye look, but I got these from Beauty Bay in the sale. These are like the £9. I have this one in the big version, but this has literally just all mattes, and this is just perfect for travel. My big one I never take away with me because it's just too big, but for me, apart from probably the middle shade, it's quite warm, and maybe this really cool one, all of these are just, I'd use these all the time. This one is the nude matte £9. This one I wanted to get the big version of, but then when I saw this, but every single one of these I use. This looks cooler on camera, but it's actually like a grey beige, and it gives the most perfect cool tone. And yeah, this middle row, this is just everything. And this is the neutral 9 colour palette. Neutral. I'm tempted to get the big one of this just because then I have both of these in small and big. Then this one is called the Golden Age. I don't like the packaging on this one, but we can overlook that. But look, it's got 5 shimmers and 5 mattes, and I just think these two paired together, I don't think you'd ever need another neutral palette. I actually really like the Beauty Bay shadows. They've always performed really well for me. I probably wouldn't use this pink one. I'm not a pink gal, but everything, all the others are fab. So I'm going to actually use this nude one. I'm just going to take a little blending brush, if I can find one. This is just a NYX rounded brush, and I'm going to take this colour Canyon, and I'm just going to run this. I'm not going to set my eyes today, I'm just going to, because I'm not doing like a full glam look, I'm just going to run this through the crease and just kind of wing it out. And then I'm going to take this cooler tone, Slip, and literally just go over that. Same positioning. And again, I'm just kind of like winging out. I'm going to take on a clean brush this middle colour, which is called Petal. And I'm just going to run this kind of higher than where I've been putting everything else, just to fill in that gap between the eyeshadow and my brow. Just makes this transition a tiny bit smoother. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to then take Canyon and Slip and just run this under, add a bit of darkness, and then just do the same on the other side. So we have it, just a little simple brown eyeshadow look. I just love the tones. I think there's almost like a pink base to them, and they make, if you've got blue eyes, a like grey pinky nude will make your eyes pop. Just going to be using Lash Freak. It's a little mini. I love mini mascaras because mascaras dry up so quickly, so mini ones you're not wasting any ever because you always use them up before they run out. Jamie Genevieve loves this mascara. I find the brush a bit weird. I've only used this a few times before. And as you can see, they're a tiny bit clumpy, but I don't mind that. Like a little bit of a clump, I think works. Lastly, we're going to do lips, and I've got the Beauty Pie WONDERGEL Longwear Lip Liner in Rummy Pink. These are super creamy. I had a brown one of these before. This colour is like a Your Lips but better. It's such a nice pink with my like natural tone. And sometimes I quite like pink lip liner, and then using a brownie gloss or lipstick. As you can see, it's literally just my tone of lip, but just made them look plump and nice. And the last thing I got when I did my order for this, I got a lip gloss in Low Key. I always think Holly's lips look fab. And this is kind of a brownie peach. I would probably wear this lip combo out and not maybe with such like a simple base and eyes. So here we have the final look. I'm actually very happy with how everything kind of worked together. I did feel at one point that everything was very matte. But again, hydrating sprays are a lifesaver. My favourite product would have to be, I think, the bronzer. I think this just blended. It's perfect tone. And actually, something that surprised me was the sample from Wonder Beauty. I'm definitely going to get some more stuff, but 2 bronzers today really blew it out the park. Thank you so much for watching today. I've really enjoyed testing out all this new stuff. Obviously some of it isn't like new to the market, but it's new to me. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you again.